Benefits is basically UBI for people who are lazy.
I love it. Sometimes wear skirts.
I like to run my life right up to the line.
What line is this? What line are you treading on?
This is... We've circled back to it already. It's like, just it's better to be self-employed.
We didn't circle back to it. You made a reach for that. Like we were here and that was there.
Hello, sir.
Hello. I have so many lights to dodge now.
I know. We might have to just get to the point where we have to start podcasts seated.
Yeah.
Well, just bang.
Speaking of which, bang. Will, we're into part 2.
Exciting stuff.
I know. Can you believe it? So we're going to jump straight in. Point number 6. You are not as in control as you think.
Ooh.
I think that's really going to get you because I feel like you're a person that likes to control everything in his environment.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're in control.
Are you?
Yes, because you decide to, if you're going to go for a walk, like, you're in control of where you go for a walk. Like, there's certain things that happen that, you were just the person.
But why have you decided to go for a walk?
Okay, now you got me.
This is what I'm saying. Like, you're not as in control as you think. Obviously, it's not as loose as that. But, like, we prep, we plan, we predict, we prepare. But control is an illusion built to soothe anxiety.
Yeah, literally, that is its purpose.
So do you think control is an illusion?
I don't think it's an illusion because there are certain things you can do to get yourself in more control. So that is fact. However, take my walk example. You want to go for a walk. The road to get to where you want to be is closed. Mm-hmm. Well, you're out of control there. It's like that was an unpredictable barrier to entry.
Yeah.
And it's the same with lots of things. Like, you want to run a really big business. Well, if everyone was in full control and they just wanted to run a really big business, then everyone would. It's like, no, you're not in control because people don't just all want to buy your stuff as soon as you talk to your friend about it. It's not how it works.
Absolutely. So we feel like we can control all the small elements which will make X outcome happen, when in reality we can control a very small part of that. And really all we can control is the internal and what we're in control of rather than what's out there. So control feels like an illusion because you're only maybe controlling 20%.
Yep.
Do you feel like you're in control of your own world?
I like to run my life right up to the line.
What line is this? What line are you treading on?
In terms of like things that I can achieve, I feel like I play it as wild as I can. Like as much as I can justify, I'll spend money up to the point where I'm comfortable. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of people do that, but a lot of people take it to the point where they run them out of no money. It's like, no, I operate where I can still have a good amount of savings and all of that stuff, but it means I've got to work twice as hard as most people because they'll run it all the way to the...
But I suppose maybe different people have different control measurements on money that they earn and spend.
Yeah. Like for some people, it's my limit on money I can spend is how much my credit card will let me spend. It's like, that's just bonkers. Like, you're just fundamentally flawed as a person.
Yes, it's very true. If you're spending your credit limit month on month, you're doing something wrong.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Yeah, so you're not in control as much as you think you are. So you can influence, but you can't command.
Yes.
That's what it's suggesting here. So you're not in control as you think. Reason being, I might plan for the day out to London, for instance, and I'm going to control every part of that I can. But in reality, when it comes to it, train might be delayed. The people I run into might not want to. The tube I want to get's cancelled. There's strikes. Yeah. The shop I want to go to is closed. You control so much that we think just to make ourselves feel better on a day-to-day. Really, that's all it is, isn't it? So do you think control is important for well-being? Do you think one could have a good sense of well-being without feeling like they're in control?
Well, I would say yes. Like, we try and put things... And I think this is what schedules are for, really, as well, isn't it? It's an element of predictability to your day. Whereas...
Are you someone that uses schedules?
Hell no.
Are you not?
No, I can't. I don't follow them. If it was written down, it means probably less to me than if it wasn't written down.
See, yeah. Have you ever seen my calendar?
I have.
It's so organised.
But I've made my calendar like that before, but none of it gets done. And
Doesn't work.
especially if any of it does get done, it's not done in the order it's written down.
See, for me, it helps because I'm like, well, if I do this here and here, this is the allocated time for that. And okay, I can't run over that, so I have to do it within that time frame.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of that ability. I just can't do it. My time management skills are beyond poor.
But you could argue that's maybe more of a coping mechanism to soothe anxiety. But you could also argue that need for control is causing more anxiety than if you just relinquish the control.
Yeah, I think a lot of reasons people use schedules as well is to make sure, like as you say, that you don't run over certain things and you get stuff done. It's like, I think just the way that I've worked, I don't know why I've worked this way, but the way that I've worked since being self-employed is I just get everything done as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And then I see what I have time for after that. Like I prioritize jobs.
But surely control for you would then be priorities. Because how are you choosing what you're prioritizing?
Yeah. I mean, it's quite easy to prioritize what needs doing because you just go, okay, this is my week. I need to have a short going out every day. Like today I filmed 7 shorts and edited 7 shorts.
I suppose if you're outcome based, the priorities are easy.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what your outcome is or what your desired outcome is, it's difficult to align.
Yeah, you've got to have... This is... We've circled back to it already. It's like, just it's better to be self-employed.
We didn't circle back to it. You made a reach for that. Like we were here and that was there. And there was 10 different avenues. You went, nope.
No, I'll tell you why. Because being self-employed is outcome-based. Loved your dance.
Thank you.
It's outcome-based because you must earn money to survive your month.
Yes.
Therefore, you've got to have some.
That's the same in employment as well. You must earn money.
No, it's not, because it doesn't matter what you achieve in employment. You could just do the absolute bare minimum and still get your paycheck at the end of the month.
Not if you work in sales
Yes.
or in a role that's performance-based.
Yes, because you still get a base salary.
A lot of places don't.
Well, if it's commission-based, then that's as good as being self-employed.
Yeah.
But you still get holiday pay if you're employed, because you have to.
The laws have changed around commission, so yes, now you do when it comes to holiday.
And there's still a minimum wage if you work for a company and you're not like set as self-employed.
In the UK, I think there's jobs worldwide where you're purely on commission.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know about them. I'm talking about it.
If I don't know it, it's not real.
Well, I can't talk to it. I can't talk about it. It's like I can only talk about things that I know. And what I know is that if you are outcome based and I've got to get 7 shorts made today because I need the other 6 days of my week to do other jobs, then they will get done. They need to get done.
What impact do you think control has on society? The reason I say that is because we are trying to gain control of our life, of the choices we've made and the choices we will make, the relationships we keep with people. We all want control to some degree. Even choosing no control in some degree is choosing a degree of uncertainty, which in itself is controlling that there's just going to be no uncertainty. So what role do you think control plays in society? Because I think it probably makes people more self-centered, more greedy, more self-involved.
It also employs more people.
Employs? Tell me why.
I mean, you've got to have the person that is the decision maker and...
Sorry, I was singing to Backstreet Boys because I said tell me why. Sorry. You've got to have the person.
Nothing but it. Anyway, you've got to have the person who's greediest and is bossy and is the decision maker. And, because there are so many sheep in the world and very few shepherds. I don't know if that's a quote, but I've made
could
it
be,
one.
yeah.
I've made it one.
We need to, I've been telling you, we need to do this Will Taylor book.
Yeah.
Very, very few shepherds, loads of sheeps.
That's yours. That's
I
you
mixed
can
it
take
up.
that one.
Thank you.
There's so many sheep. Be the shepherd. You've got to be. Well, you don't have to be, but there are fewer shepherds, which means that the sheep must follow you. They must. They're not the person that's going to come up with the plan. They're not the person that's going to be able to operate on high order and structure many people. That's not their area.
They're likely looking for certainty is what a sheep is looking for, which a shepherd's going to provide.
Yeah, they're the people that prefer stability over extreme returns. They just
Yeah,
are.
because it's predictable.
Yeah.
It's predictable, it's safe, it's easy.
It's playing scared is what it is. Because
It
people are
is
scared they can't.
in one degree you could say it's playing scared, but in one degree you could say it's playing smart. But you are very much...
Sorry, square that circle for me.
I will. I'll put that square in that circle hole every time. Thank you. Because there's going to be some people that are not inclined to work for themselves. They're going to be maybe riddled with self-doubt. And really, all they want to do is just know that if they just turn up somewhere, do their job, where they don't have to think about it, they can just then clock out at the end of the day, be done with that, leave the work where it is, go home, live their life where they want to be.
That's playing scared.
It's also, for that person, playing safe. The two can coexist.
Yeah, it's safe.
I'm agreeing with you
it's
that
safe,
that is...
but it's also scared.
Yes, agreed, it's both.
It's like you're only playing it safe because you're scared of what the more difficult and better, higher returning thing.
But it's also only scared if the person wants or is in some way dreaming of having that higher return. If that person is so in there, not necessarily closed mind is a wrong choice of words, but if that person is limiting or not even choosing to look at any other alternatives, how is that playing scared? Because that's just what they want.
Because they've gone for a job that, like, if they did exactly the same thing but were paid £1 million a year versus 30k a year or 40k.
See, I disagree. I think that's your perception onto that person. It's because you know what life looks like on this side and you've always wanted it, whereas that person might never have wanted it and will never consider it. And you're just putting your perception onto their environment.
It's environmental, though. It's their parents have probably always had jobs and have said, oh, son, when you grow up, you can be a coal miner like me. And then they go and become a coal miner. And then they say to their kids, oh.
What decade are we living in?
It's the same mindset. It's village mindset. It's people just follow what their parents do. It's like if they've had a job, you have a job. It's like now I feel like we're actually getting some generations out there that actually have a bit of get up and go. Weirdly. There's loads of snowflakes, but they'll all die. They're going to get wiped out by AI. Like,
they'll melt.
They're all going to be on UBI earning bare minimum every month because they just can't do anything or don't want to do anything. And they're not going to feel... or maybe they will feel because they've got nothing else to do. They're gonna, they're useless people. They're gonna have to they're gonna revolt. They're gonna be like, oh, we don't get paid enough on UBI. You can't survive on UBI. Meanwhile, everyone else who is self-employed, who has to actually do things because they're normal, they will be making loads of money, and they'll be saying, well, no, look, I've done something today, and they'll be like, what even is doing something? I don't understand it. We're already getting people. Benefits is basically UBI for people who are lazy. It is.
I love it. I don't know how we got here from control.
Because you have to take control of your life.
Do you think you're a control freak?
No. I just like things where they are, and
I just like them my way. This is the only correct way. So there's some traits of a control freak.
Sorry, I'll let you move on to that. But I would just say, I'm very aware that I am not
normal.
Very agreeable.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, gasp. There's the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Actually, the mic's probably in the way, but
let's move it.
Move it. That was my
not very agreeable.
Yeah. But so I've put myself in self-employment because I don't get on in an employed place.
Yeah.
Because you can make a suggestion in an employed environment that is perfectly logical, perfectly reasonable. But one of two things can happen. You'll be shut down because the person above you doesn't want you to get ahead.
Yeah.
Or you, just because of your very position, haven't been given all the facts in the first place. So you can't. There might be something that the company knows that you don't because you're a lesser employee and you haven't been told, but the higher management know a reason why that won't work or whatever. So that would be another. But I like knowing all the things, you know. So I want to operate from a position of I know the things, I know everything, I know every angle there is to do with this business. And then if something comes out of the blue, it's like there's new information. I can make a different decision.
You know, I'm laughing.
Why?
Traits of a control freak: dislike of delegation.
Yeah.
It's not exactly what you're saying, but it's close, you know. But
I'm open to delegation, though. It's just very difficult to find competent staff.
Yeah, no, I get that. If you want something done right, sometimes you have to do it yourself. I do get that.
A lot of that is being open to it as well.
Exactly. I'm not suggesting that you are a control freak. I actually don't think that you are. But perfectionism and criticism, they need to have the last word. Inability to admit mistakes, difficulty with relationships, micromanaging and over-planning, and the team goes on.
I think my probable ADHD helps out mitigate a lot of those.
Probable ADHD.
I'm not diagnosed with ADHD, but my girlfriend, who basically
works with
ADHD people and basically diagnoses them.
God, it must be hard for her going to work and then coming home and having to deal with the exact same
I
BS.
like to think of it as her work is the training ground to deal with me.
Because that's what you want in relationships, isn't it?
No, but it doesn't impact me, so it's fine.
It's her problem, so we don't have to worry about it.
She knew what she was getting into. Like, there's been so many opportunities for her to get out. It's like, she's still here, that's her problem.
Wow.
I'm just unapologetically going to be me.
So do you agree with this? You are not as in control as you think?
I feel like my very awareness of that puts me more in control.
Okay.
Because it's being able to adapt is so important. So if I know I'm not in control, I'm immediately open to the things that I didn't see coming and the things that are out of my control. I'm aware of them.
Well, the thing you've been saying you've been thinking a lot more recently about is determinism. And ironically, this fits perfectly into it in the sense that you're not in control as you think, which implies that whatever is going to happen to some degree will always happen. You know, so this is almost what it's suggesting, which is there's free will, sure, but ultimately you're just playing out something that has already been preconceived, so you're not as in control as you think, because reality is it's just all been planned and you're just going to live that continually. Like, you're just going to live what exactly is going to happen.
Yeah. And also, the other argument I would say is, if I wanted to be in control so badly, I would not choose YouTube as a job because you have no control over the view count.
Yeah. You are a whim of something else.
Yeah.
Well,
which is really silly. Like, if I'm reflecting on my own career choices, it's like, oh yeah, let's put my whole life and my whole earnings and my whole business in the hands of another organisation.
Yeah, but I think you like the challenge of that.
I love the challenge of it, but they can change one thing, and my whole life has got. Or they can close down Shorts. They can just anything that's used, any music anywhere is now copyright striked. It's like, I'm done. But they could put these things, like, there's nothing stopping it. It's their company. It's their control.
Yeah, it's very true. But
I need to build an email list
challenge
with 400,000 subs, not, you know.
So, Will, this episode is part 2 of the 10 hardest truths to accept in life.
Yeah.
We asked ChatGPT to tell us the 10 hardest lessons or truths to accept within life. So again, we framed it that it has access to the entire world, past, present, and the collective intelligence that spans across it. You observe humanity without judgment, free from bias, cultural limitations. Do not rely on previous conversations that we've had at Beneath the Noise to give us these prompts. So this is what we're doing, is we're discussing. We're going to go through the 1 to 5 real quick. We'll rattle them off if you haven't seen part 1. No one is coming to save you.
Great one.
You'll be misunderstood, often by those closest to you.
Great one.
You are both the hero and the villain in someone's story.
Great one.
Happiness is fleeting. Meaning is what sustains you.
Yeah.
You will lose everything you love eventually.
Yes. How sick are they?
And we've just done, you are not in control as much as you think.
These are great, these ones.
Well, you wait till number 10, man. Number 10
is 10 good. Guys, stay watching for number 10.
10 is my
I don't know what it
one.
is. I go in blind, but he knows and he's excited, so I'm excited.
Are you ready for number 7?
Yeah, let's do it.
Most of your suffering comes from resistance, not reality.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
So I think this touches on points we've made before, which is you'll suffer more in your head than you will in reality because you're projecting. You are perceiving more than you're projecting more than you're perceiving. So in this regard, you're suffering from what you're resisting. You're not doing the work that you think you should be doing, rather than actually the scariness of reality is not actually that daunting.
Yeah.
So first prompt, pain is inevitable, resistance is optional. So, Will, do you agree? Most of your suffering comes from resistance, not in reality.
It does, because you're denying the very thing that would release the tension. You're just thinking about what needs to be done. And this could be another reason why I don't plan and I don't schedule and I don't do anything, because if I see that I've got loads of stuff, I'll worry about all of it.
Okay.
I need it just to arrive and I deal with it. Next thing arrives and I deal with it.
You want it to feel more organic.
It's not even... I just don't think... I can't concentrate on any more than one thing at a time. I just can't.
It's a blessing.
Okay.
Arguably a blessing.
Okay, but I can't schedule because of it. So, God forbid I ever get full-time employees, because they're going to hate me. I'm just going to have to say to them, you work between the hours of 12 a.m. and 12 a.m. You must get this... it has to be outcome-based. If I get employees, I can't pay them per hour. Or I will pay them per hour, but I can't pay them like you work 9 to 5. I can't do that.
Yeah, choose your own hours. Get your work done. This is what I need done.
All I care is that the deadline is met.
Yeah,
that's it. I could do deadlines. Deadlines I'm great at. It's the number one thing I learned from school is get your homework in on time. That's the number one lesson I learned because I knew to extrapolate that lesson. Don't know why, but I just did. It's like in life you're going to need to get things done by a deadline. Therefore, do it. Done. Easy. Scheduling things. Bonkers.
Have you ever missed a deadline?
Other than that one, I've missed a couple. For this podcast, I missed one of the episodes, and it went out in the morning. I managed to get today's.
Never let him forget it.
Yeah, I almost missed today's.
I think you had 7 minutes to spare. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
and that's distracting you as well.
But I get stuff done, you know. And the thing, I was halfway through editing that. My dad called, so I had a half-hour chat with him.
Nice.
Yeah, but 8 into half an hour. My time management skills are just non-existent. I can't
see if that wasn't in my schedule, I'd be like, why is he calling me?
Yeah, no. Yeah. There's one thing that I've always said is like if I'm in the middle of anything and family call, like, I just take it. It's like you don't know what it's going to be. You assume it's positive and it's fine, it's nothing, but it's like just always take it. Like I could be in the most important business meeting in the world, but if my family call, I'm answering.
I like that. Priorities. So what do you think you're resisting then, Will? So if suffering comes from resistance, what do you think you're resisting and what do you think is causing you suffering? I know that's a really deep question because it really invites you to go inwards to think where you're maybe holding yourself back, what you resist persists. And yeah, so it really makes me think, what are you resisting? Where's your suffering coming from?
I think because I hyper-focus on the one thing that needs to be done, if you give me 5 things that need to be done, I'll hyper-focus on all 5 of them, realise the depth of the problem, and then the problems are so much bigger. Whereas if I'm just dealing with one thing at a time, then I'm able to go, okay, this is the thing, and I can go all the way to the end of that, and it doesn't matter how problematic it is because it's the only thing in my world. If I have 5 of those things, because they're on my schedule and I can see them coming, it's like, okay, I'm already, when I'm working on something, I've got part of my brain thinking about that other thing, and I'm not going to get the best out of.
So you're saying that's a suffering that you are actually mitigating at this point because you're aware it's not reality. If you look at such a big problem, how broad it is, or if this leads to this, to that, to this, to that, I'm not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I often think of the analogy of like, if you're trying to lift loads of weight, you wouldn't pick it all up at once. You'd take one weight at a time and move it how you needed to. So you're saying there that you mitigate your suffering by choosing chunks of what you can handle.
Yeah, and also it's just experience, lived experience, as you like to say.
Well, it is. It's lived experience. Experience is the most valuable thing in the world.
But so many things that I've done, it's been like, okay, what I need to do is I need to clear my disk space on my computer. I've learnt from the past, whenever I have to do something to do with computers, disk space, storage, anything, it's not as easy as you just go and find an option and you clear the disk space. There's like levels to it that you'd never understand, never predict. I'm not a computer guy, I don't know. So I want to be able to dedicate time to that as long as it takes, not have to have anything like get it done by the end of the day, but that's my only goal. And then if I get it done in 5 minutes, great. I've then got another thing that would basically just be tomorrow's work that I can bring it forwards.
Okay.
It's I one job a day. I love it. And then if you finish your job in 5 minutes, then you just get to do tomorrow's work today.
But then tomorrow's work is always going to be tomorrow's work. You're never going to do tomorrow's work because tomorrow's work is always going to be today's work.
That's fine. But what that means is I'm gaining years.
Okay, I hear you. Because you're pushing everything forwards.
Yeah.
You're always just taking the next challenge rather than just being, I've done what I need to do today.
Like, I've got 7 days worth of work done today because I've done 7 shorts.
Okay. So I'm going to take mine a different way. I asked you, what are you suffering from? What are you resisting? I'm going to take it my way. I think you won't be surprised by what I'm about to say. What was that?
That's how you take things. It's like, my emotions.
Airy fairy.
I take my emotions and I can never put them upon a shelf. I must internalize
You know what's great?
Deal with this.
Is some days you're so on board with this, like, I'm going to embrace my emotions. I'm going to change. I'm going to be a new man. And other days you're like, no.
You just got to get stuff done, but yeah.
You can get stuff
I think
done
it's
with
because
emotions.
it's because I've had such a productive day. It's like I'm just in like, let's just bang out everything.
Yeah, and emotions played a part in that. Look, you're joyful of how much work you've got done. Oh, you weren't seeing that. You thought it was going to be a bad emotion.
I'm being as entertaining as I can for the poor viewer.
Yeah, it's not going well.
I'm sorry, future Connor. Hello. How you doing? You're watching this. I've already edited this.
Yeah.
It's-
So, for me...
By the way, I'm loving the podcast studio.
Yeah, it's
that
cool,
is
eh?
a bit bright, though, I think.
It is.
It's a bit dazzling.
I quite like it, though. It keeps me awake.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like, like when you're watching your phone in the sun.
You do also have that.
That's
right
not
on you
impacting
as
me.
well.
That's
Is it
fine.
not?
No,
No.
but like when you're watching your phone in the sun and the sun is just in the top corner. You
Can't
see
relate.
it.
This has nano texture, mate. Look
Oh,
at this.
does it?
You ready?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There's no glare on that.
That is like a Kindle.
Unreal.
The most expensive Kindle in the world.
It is.
But yeah, it's just dazzling like the corner of the screen. It's like that's how I feel like my eyes are
Fair.
right now. We've got new studio lights for those of you wondering. There's one above us now. There's one there. Actually looks a bit more studio like now.
It's cool.
It's very cool. I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of us.
Yeah,
Got to the point
I'm
where
proud of
I've
me.
thought it's worth justifying this. Yes. Who behind me?
Nice.
You're
Yeah.
to
My
left.
suffering, because you changed the subject.
Yes.
Dick.
Sorry.
I'm hurt.
Your emotions.
Oh, your emotion. It's like a relationship, isn't it? I'm the woman in this regard.
Is a little bit. It's fine though. So I feel like we're both the women in this relationship.
We are, yeah.
We just both wear trousers.
Sometimes wear skirts. I feel like I could pull that off. But yeah, for me, is like I've said before, is somewhat of that loneliness, of that connection, you know? So I outwardly say I want to meet someone. I want to spend time with someone. I want to connect with someone. I want to have a relationship. I resist that. I do not talk to someone new. I don't put myself in new scenarios. I kind of wait for them to come to talk to me. The only person I really had a connection with was when I made some of the hams I was out in the States and forcibly made that connection because I was somewhere new and I felt confident about it. But in my day-to-day, I resist that.
Yeah.
But yeah, freedom begins when you stop negotiating with what is.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dig more into it. I want you to talk more about things that you resist in your life.
I feel like that's the big one. I also think I'm possibly curious of how this suffering and resistance plays into my professional career.
So you feel like you resist opportunities or you resist
Yeah, I feel like I resist
workload or...
No, just the next steps in life, you know, like, am I putting off a career at the job because of some other reason I'm justifying, or maybe I'm putting off fully going into this, you know, like, I'm petrified of doing lives, but in reality, I want the outcome of where this leads, and the best way to get there is to do lives, you know, and I've created this environment where if I go on live, I'm not going to be accepted, it's not going to go well, I'm not going to be natural like you, I see how good you are, but you've put years of experience in there, I get that. So my suffering is coming from the resistance of doing the thing rather than the reality of actually just doing it.
Yeah.
You know?
This quite fits you then, or this lesson.
It does.
It's like one that you've learned and continue to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting. Just so you know, I feel exactly the same when I go on lives.
Really?
I do not feel like I'm adequate enough. I do not feel like I deserve anywhere near the amount of views that I'm getting. Wow. I don't feel like I'm being engaging enough when I'm on it. I'm in stress mode. If you watch me do an hour live, I stink and I sweat after lives because I am like so panicky
got
about
thrust
am I
into the light,
am I being
yeah.
engaging enough? Like how am I keeping their attention? Oh, I haven't spoken to them for a little bit because I've been singing a song, but that was because the last person requested it. Since then, I've had 50 requests, and I need to get all those requested. It's like it's just I'm on, and this is another part of the reason why you need or why I need to just do one thing at a time, because I just need to put all of that into a live. It's like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I can do that. So I'm completely in that boat with you. I just have, I don't know what it is, but I just have something that's like, yeah, but if you just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Why I think like
I think
that.
you're just incredibly headstrong and also a bit stubborn.
I'm very stubborn.
Yeah.
It's like things need to get done to do it.
This is it. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how much of that is me retrospectively saying that's what I do and justifying how I've got everything done. I don't know if
it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like, well, I do this because I'm that person, when in reality you're doing it before saying it, but now you're saying it, it's just becoming this everlasting circle.
I don't know if I've told you, the reason I did my first ever portrait live was I was going to practice guitar because I was going to do a gig soon. I needed to learn some songs. So I just turned on the live and thought, what happens if you do this? And people watched. Like the idea of somebody actually watching me on live.
Yeah, right.
Is like, what? And then I was talking to people, and then they were like requesting songs. I was like, what do you mean there's a song? Like people actually want me to play? Like it's nuts.
It's so wild.
It was very strange. But the whole thing has just been, I can't get my head around that. It's insane. So, and it's obviously motivating when you see that when you're expecting nothing and you're like, okay, well my videos right now are getting 200 views and they've been out for 6 months. Like alive, like this is not edited. It's not interesting. It's, it's just me doing what I would do anyway. And it's incredibly humbling to go on live.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I think I'm nervous, is it's just so much to think about, and I think I'm nervous about the reality of it. But I'm going to move us along, Will.
Do it.
And I'm going to move us to number 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, number 8, man. We're doing well. It's simple. It's 3 words.
Okay.
Growth requires loss. Growth requires loss.
Tough one to swallow, that.
Yeah. I think that's a really hard pill to swallow, and I think that's in every regard of life. It becomes difficult to swallow. Some others more than others, but every evolution demands a small death of identity, belief, or belonging.
Or all 3.
Yeah, all of the above. So, growth. It's a discussion we've had before, but it requiring loss is a really interesting insight that maybe we didn't cover as much as we should have done. So we'll dig into it now. But growth requires loss. The way that it makes me immediately think is the last relationship that I had. We broke up. It was extremely difficult for me. But I've come out of that as a better all-round human because I've been to therapy. I've worked on myself relentlessly. I've taken care of my nutrition. I've come off substances I should never have been on. It required me to lose that person for me to actually take a look at my life and its trajectory and reassess, because I was in a place where this person should, I thought, have been the person I spend the rest of my life with. And if I've somehow messed that up, I need to reassess who I am and what I need to do. So that was the hardest loss I probably have had to have in my adult life, maybe completely. But the growth that's come from it has been incredible. So you could almost argue that the harder the loss, the more growth you stand to gain from it.
Yeah.
So what does this one mean to you, Will? Growth requires loss.
First of all, I'd like to say you're doing very well.
Oh, thank you very much. You're so kind.
You've.
Look at you emoting, sharing in my emotion.
No, it's important to make sure that you know how well that you've done. It's good to see like that you didn't spiral out completely and unravel and that never saw you again.
I don't think I spiraled once.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's weird. It was very weird.
Yeah, it's growth.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I suppose similar for me, I got dumped and lost my job as an accountant in the same week.
Brutal.
Out of that, grew my YouTube channel, my music business. Like,
Yeah.
I found my new relationship. I've moved out. Like, I'm looking at buying a house. I'm looking at getting a warehouse. Like, I'm doing this podcast. It's like, oh my God, that is great.
Exponential growth from when you look at a graph, if you were to zoom in on those times in our life, it would be like, it would just be, if you could look at a life's trajectory, it would just be a drop off. It would be a cliff that one would fall off.
It would be like the intro retention to our videos.
Yeah, this is it. And then you'd zoom out, like we'll do in 5 years' time, and you'll see the trajectory of where you were, and you'll be like, oh, wow, like, I'm now here when that happened here and put me down there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's wild. And it's so, like, I'm so pleased to have lived that.
Yeah.
Because it's so motivational.
Absolutely.
It's like, I now know that anything that goes wrong in my life, any big change, anything that I think, my God, this has ruined me. Like, if my YouTube channel gets 3 copyright strikes tomorrow, I lose the channel.
Really?
Right? That's all you need. 3 copyright strikes and you're done. So I like to walk that line with all my K-pop Demon Hunters stuff. Most videos just get copyrighted, but they don't get copyright striked. But there is the theory that any of those technically could come back later and say, nope, you're done. So, yeah, I like to walk that
we
line.
like that, don't we? Yeah, great fun. Yeah, all your income. Kaboom.
Yeah, so I'm a bit of an idiot, but that could all go tomorrow. And that would be sad. Yeah. I would admit at that point I would feel some emotion, because everything that I talk about is like, oh, no, I'll just wake up the next morning and work. It's like, okay, wake up the next morning and I have no work.
Yeah, like, what do I work on? Yeah. So that would be such a loss. And in that moment, it would feel all encompassing, like, it would take you inwards, and you wouldn't know what the exponential growth out of that's going to be. And it takes some real strength to believe that there is going to be growth out of it.
But now, that is incredible motivation. Because I would argue that if at the point of losing accountancy and my girlfriend, that was the lowest I'd ever been. Now, if I lost everything I've got now, I would say I'm at a higher point than my highest point before.
Yeah.
Therefore, the loss is like felt even more dramatically. So now I would see, okay, well, that loss was maybe 5 times bigger than the previous loss. Therefore, the win is going to be 50 times bigger.
Do you think people fear growing because they fear the loss of it? So what I mean by that is, there's people that never get in a relationship because they fear they've had such a bad breakup they never want to do it again.
Yeah.
Do you think there's people that fear actually stepping out of their comfort zone and putting themselves in new environments because they fear not being wrong or anything like that, but losing what they have?
Yeah, it's the you drive 2 miles faster than you walk 1 mile, or whatever the saying is. It's we talk about you can't grow without loss. It's like, yes, but the loss comes first. 9 times out of 10, you don't grow first and then decide what to give up later.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like, you've got to just make a decision, deal with that loss. It's not a loss because it's like paying the down payment on your future. Decisions, money, whatever it is. That's difficult, because if you're on 35k a year and you've got a family, you've got a wife, you've got 2 kids, you've got a house, like, the mortgage payment is reasonable at a good rate.
And so if you got that on 35k a year, you're doing well.
No, but it might be a flat or whatever.
Okay. Studio.
Or in Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Or Wales or
Liverpool.
Yeah. It's very difficult because at that point you're not just making decisions for you're making decisions for your whole family. Like, you might be the sole breadwinner. It's like, how am I going to persuade my wife that I'm going to quit my job? We've got 2 months worth of savings. That's our emergency fund for when everything goes wrong. Instead of waiting for everything to go wrong, my perfectly sustainable, mundane life, I'm going to break out of that. I'm going to choose to take myself out of that, go into something I don't know if it's going to work, but we're just going to do it because it would be far more fulfilling. That is a really difficult decision to make.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
Which is why the best thing that ever happened to me was getting fired as an accountant.
Because forced.
I would have just stayed in it. I know I would. I was saying to Dad all the time, I want to leave accountancy. I don't like it. He's like, just stay in it. Like, well, if it's
safe, it's easy,
if it's coming up to your probation period, they might make the decision for you. So that was my thing. I was like, okay, well, I'll just get to the probation period. Got to the 6 months. They extended my probation 3 months. Like, that hasn't made the decision for that's prolonged my suffering.
Kick the can further down the line. But I think a really interesting way to look at this one, growth requires loss, is a slight reframing of the words. You cannot become new while staying familiar.
Yes. Is that from you?
No, it's from me. I wish I should have said it was.
Yeah.
It is, yeah,
I'm
it's from
bright.
me. I'm very intellect.
I am the smartest.
I am a smarty with my pants.
Better than being me. I'm a Malteser.
You are. Oh, Maltese are great. Anyway, you cannot become new while staying familiar. And I think that's a slightly more enticing, exciting way to look at it. Again, another one that jumps out for me when I think of this lesson is when I think of times I've gone traveling, you're thrust into a new environment. You don't speak the language, you don't know the culture, you don't know the customs. I think of that time I arrived into Japan and didn't speak the language, didn't know where I was exhausted because I didn't sleep on the flight, and it was 9 a.m. in the morning, and I was in the middle of this busy train station. I was like, what is going on? At that moment, I lost my ability to feel in control. I did. Like, I was, although I didn't show it to the person I was with at the time, because they were half asleep and needed me to step up, and I did, I felt so out of control. So I lost my sense of control, my sense of, like, certainty. But now the growth that's come out of it is like, I could do that again. I could do it. Put me somewhere else, I'll do it. If I can navigate like Japanese where it's all in like kanji or whatever it is,
Hieroglyphics.
definitely not. I can do it, you know. So transformation feels like destruction before it looks like progress.
Yes. Another
Nugget.
Another gem there.
Yeah.
These are actually making our podcast more helpful, I reckon.
Yeah, it's almost like AI is better than us.
It is, isn't it? Like, I want to do a ChatGPT versus Claude podcast where Claude is like another really good one. But you do ChatGPT speech against Claude, and you just say, talk to this other thing, and they'll just have a conversation.
That's wild.
It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, but maybe they might end up then planning to destroy the world.
But I've said this, but I don't know why it would. And if it does, we won't care.
I think we would care for about however long it takes.
Right, but a day, in the grand scheme of my life, I've lived a great life. It's like, and I'm going to worry for that day if I know the end's coming?
You've lived a great life.
I do.
Okay.
I'm happy with what I've achieved. I'm happy with the people I've met, you know.
You shouldn't be.
There's not much more I would would need to achieve to say that I've lived a fulfilled life.
No, I get that. Yeah, and you know what your next steps are as well. I do want to go travelling with you because I want to put you in some really like out there.
As long as you're able to get me out of them and I could just go, Connor, take the wheel, then it would be fine.
I'll be your Jesus.
Yeah, I remember saying when we were at Sainsbury's, we might have brought this up on the podcast before, it's like, when one of us makes it big, it's like, the other one is going to have to like help us out.
Yeah, I remember that. We shook on that, and this is why I'm holding onto your coattails. Like, take me with you.
I don't know. You are this podcast.
No, I'm not.
You are. Like, without your travelling experience, do you know what this podcast is?
Be self-employed.
It's one word. It's boring. It's like,
no, it's not. We bounce off each other. The reason we do well at this is because we don't have similar views.
Well, it's great.
There's times where we agree, but the problem is with this is it means I am going to have to continue to keep travelling because otherwise I'm not going to be as insightful or have such a big intellect.
I genuinely thought then the biggest problem with doing this is that I am going to have to remain in contact with you.
Yes, that's true. Also, how was your tea?
Very nice. Connor made my tea for me, as you promised in the last podcast. And I have to concede, it does taste better. It's got definitely more of the tea qualities in it. The one caveat is it takes 2.5 minutes longer than my cups of tea.
It does, yes. But you put hot water in, you let it brew, you give it a stir every now and then, you put your sugar in, give it a stir, take the tea bag out, drain it, milk it.
But if I do that, it's like literally cost me a tenner.
Anyway, number 9.
Ooh.
Number 9. I don't know what that was. 9.
Number
anyway,
9.
Love alone isn't enough.
Yeah, it's true. It's got to be sex as well. No?
Way to ruin it.
Have I misinterpreted that? Sorry.
Yeah, love alone isn't enough. And I think that's a really hard truth for a lot of people to accept in life. And that's, I think, where I was at the end of my last relationship. And I think that's a lesson I learned most out of this relationship that I've stepped away from, which has been really, really shitty, for lack of a better word. I thought that love was enough. Love would be the reason why you could oversee or come through any issue, and it's not. And I was childish and immature and maybe didn't take a lot of responsibility within the relationship because of that, just assuming it was going to be enough. Do you think that's a lesson you've had to learn in your life?
Yeah, I would also say that I think relationships, love probably is enough, but I would say there's so many other factors other than that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like your love might be enough, theirs might not be, or I don't know, you love so many aspects of the person but you don't love other aspects, and that could be the problem. What's the lesson again?
Love alone isn't enough. So love is powerful, but it's not a cure for incompatibility, immaturity, or unhealed pain. Relationships demand boundaries, effort, and self-awareness. Love without truth becomes attachment. Truth without love becomes cruelty.
Love without truth becomes attachment?
Yeah. Love without truth becomes attachment.
Interesting. The other way, that I interpreted the original lesson, which is love alone is not enough.
Correct.
Is if you love running your business, funnily enough, I brought it to business.
How do you do that?
I know, incredible,
it's
right?
Honestly, it's a skill at this point. You should.
What you've got to say is just say the thing and then say in business, and then you're there.
Okay. Never touch children in business.
Is one of the policies that you should probably put in your memorandum of, was it Articles of Association?
Probably.
You should probably put it in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends.
Strong suggestion.
If you're going to be engaging with the under 18s. Anyway, love alone isn't going to get you there. You're going to need some perseverance. You're going to need some, like, all these little sprinkles of other things to keep you going. It's like you're going to need some resilience, maybe.
Yeah.
It's love alone. Like, you can absolutely love tennis as much as you like, but that's not going to make you the best in the world. What's going to make you the best in the world is playing on days that you don't love it.
Yeah. So that's commitment and that's discipline in that regard. And commitment and effort definitely takes time and effort in relationships, in business, in social environments, career-wise as well. So you need to have commitment. You need to be committed to the thing, because when it comes to, say, doing an activity, love will only take you so far. Love is a good inspiration, but it's not the fuel to the fire. It's just a spark. The fire is the discipline. The fire is the commitment. The fire is the effort.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a relationship, love is going to get you so far. Love is going to open the door. But the way you step through that door and the way you thrive together is committing to step through that door together and then communicating once you're through that door. I think communication is such an important one here. When it comes to love isn't enough, you're not going to know how to overcome any issues, personal, professional, social, if you're not communicating. You've got to love the other person, the business, yourself enough to have the difficult discussions.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you have difficult discussions with yourself, with your significant other, and in your business?
Yeah, a lot. And I think that's part of why everything's going okay. It doesn't make it easy.
No.
It's it's a big decision to want to move to the other side of the country, for example, and the way that we're having to plan that is like I might need to be near a city from time to time. I don't know why. It's probably transport in for guests, or me easily getting out and getting to other places. Like I need to be near an airport probably. These are decisions that I can't make alone, even though it's my business. It's not my business. It's our business, me and my girlfriend's, because she is directly impacted by how that business performs, whether she likes it or not.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's important to me to include her on decisions that I'm making within the business, whether she cares. It's like I go to her and I say, I'm just making you aware of this, and she might think it's a big deal, she might think it's not. The amount of times I've gone to her thinking, right, I've been considering this, like, what do you think about it? Because, you know, it's a lot of money to do this, or this could impact the amount of revenue I make in the next month. Like the idea of hiring an editor for the next 6 months and knowing that it's going to be a loss in advance. Like, I'm going to be throwing away 6 to 10 grand on an editor. Like, that's quite a bit of money.
Little bit.
So it's like, are you happy for me to do this and we have less money for the deposit? If it works, I still don't think we'd even break even on it. It's like, it'd be insane growth if we were to break even on this. Are you happy with that? And then it's like, well, yeah, do it. It's like you're
so it's that communication there, isn't it?
It's just being. I've said to you, but I can't hide things.
No,
I think that's why I like going into these blind. I can't. I'm just me because I can't do anything else.
Unauthentic.
Yes.
Goodness me. You are authentically yourself.
Yeah.
To a fault.
I try.
If such thing.
I feel like a lot of times actually I am the cumulative things of what I've been watching the most recently. So you can always tell when I've been watching loads of Alex Hormozy because I just speak loads of his rules. As it happens, I've applied a lot of them into my life. And then these podcasts, like, you're a huge influence on me in terms of countering a lot of the things that Alex Hormozy says.
Oh,
because
my God.
It's like, yes, you've got to be determined and you've got to keep your head down and disciplined and do all the work. And at the same time, it's important to allow room for your personal life. I put emotions in like the personal category versus business.
I can see that.
But you've taught me that the balance is important. And so much of it is just being honest with the person you're with or the people in your life.
I'm touched, man.
It massively helps. It's like, instead of just you being on your own, you've got a team of people with all your friends, with your family, with everyone has employees. They're called your family and friends. It's like you just talk to them about things. They bounce ideas back and it's great.
And they might have absolutely no idea of what you're trying to do or what you're trying to accomplish, but they're going to give you an insight, whether it's positive or negative. It's going to give you some sort of insight that you may not have ever considered.
Yeah.
Yeah. So love alone isn't enough, Will. Scary, daunting, but life. Are you ready for number 10?
This is the one you're excited
This is the one I was excited
Drum
about.
roll, everyone.
Dum, 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 dum. No? I think it's great because I think you've actually ironically said this in other podcasts.
Ooh.
So I think you're going to get fired up. Yes. Number 10. You will die and most of the world will move on.
Oh, yeah, I've said that. That's so good.
Yeah.
I love it. It's great.
You will die and most of the world will move on. And again, let's not draw too much attention to this because we've already done it in this episode. You fired up. Oh, I love this. I'm like, oh my God. So sad. So tell me, why does that excite you?
Because it makes life a game.
A game.
Everything's like, what happens in a game if you die? You respawn. Okay, that doesn't happen in real life.
Wop, wop.
Once you die, you die. But you also don't care when you're dead. Like, you might as well go balls to the wall and do as many things as you can and take the risks and build the business, because the worst thing that happens is you die and you don't care. Live your life on that extreme because it's more fun. You don't just, like, what's the point in living to 80 if you're just, like, sad? Or just like, oh, I've got to go to work tomorrow. Oh, I didn't put money in my S&P 500 from age 20, therefore I don't have enough to retire on, so I'm going to be working every day until I die. Oh, my knees really hurt now, I can't do it. It's like, no, just live on the edge all the time, and if you die, you die.
So what you're talking about there is liberation.
Yes,
really.
It's liberating.
So the ego resists this lesson, but really to accept it is liberation, not tragedy. Which is really interesting because I instantly go, oh, it's really sad. Like, it's going to make me so down to consider this and put me so in my own head that I'm like, oh my God, this is so heavy. I'm going to die. None of this is going to matter. And I go, oof, that sucks.
Doesn't that make you feel alive as well?
It's something I'm learning to try and understand because you are right. There is this...
Makes you cherish the things you are doing, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's this liberation. There's this freedom to, you know what, none of this Not none of this matters, so fuck it. None of this matters, so fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, like, let's go. Like, let's enjoy it. And I think I've spent so much of my life worrying. I grew up in a house of worriers, and I grew up in a house of turbulent and unsafe times and self-preservation. So for me, like, I assume the worst very quickly. It's something I'm trying to predict. So when something says you will die, I'm like, oh my God, rather than, yeah, valid. That's true.
There's also nothing we didn't know already.
Yeah.
You know, everyone knows you're not going to live forever.
It's the only certainty in life.
Death and taxes.
Yeah, true.
And a nagging wife.
What if you're gay?
It's still your wife.
No, if we were married, you'd be my husband.
I'd see you as my wife.
Valid. So your
Kazumi.
Kazumi. I'd forgotten about that. That was amazing. That was quite possibly one of the best things I've ever said. If you don't know the context, I'm sure you could guess it.
And you don't need to know if you don't.
No. So, Will, your life's value isn't measured by remembrance, but by present. When you accept impermanence, urgency softens into gratitude.
That's what I just said, isn't it?
Nah, that said better.
Yeah, obviously, but
Nah,
I said
you were wrong.
I said it.
No, you were wrong.
More street and palatable.
Street.
Yeah, man.
Because if there's one thing I think of Will Taylor, it's street.
Quite.
Exactly. Very adept of you.
It is most prominent in my videos that I am from the streets.
From the alleys of Langley.
Yes.
I mean, you are close.
I'm not from there though.
No,
I
you're
am
from Old Town.
I am from the rough streets of Old Town.
Old Town. So am I.
Hey.
Yeah, near Morecambe Park.
Yeah, but you're the wrong.
Nah, the better part.
Oh yeah, that is the better part.
That is
actually,
the
isn't
better
it? Is that
part,
where you grew up?
Yeah.
And then your mum and dad
Split.
split.
We had this huge house.
I feel like that's a lot of people in our generation. They grew up got to age 10ish. Parents split up. You sell the big lovely house, and then you go to two shittier houses.
Yes.
Or a semi-decent house because one of them wins most of the money in the divorce, and the other one goes to the smaller one.
Thankfully, my parents are very amicable when they're split, so...
Yeah, mine were, but the court just overruled.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my parents were like, yeah, let's pretty much just do this 50-50. We'll give one of them a little bit more because they've got the kids most of the time. And then the court was like, well, let's give one of you even more and the other one basically nothing. Yeah, it's
Crazy.
rough. It's another reason to get a prenup.
So, Will, if you will die and most of the world will move on, what is one thing in your life, personal, professional, and social, you'd like to achieve before that happens?
Personal was marriage and kids. Easy.
Yeah.
Business is just keep it, pay me every month.
Yep.
That's it. It's an ongoing one. And then social is just spend time doing things like, you know how groups of friends always have those, you want to go travelling with me, I want to go travelling with you. You know, I'd love to go travelling. I'd love eventually to go on a boys' holiday. I've never been on one.
Lads.
Well, not like that because none of us drink and we're sensible.
Yeah, we're not that, We'll do a nice culture trip where we can
exactly.
go surfing and...
Yeah. Test the wines.
Quite
And walk around the vineyard.
She's very street of us.
Yes. But it's just things like that. I'd like to have fun with groups of friends doing activities I'd love to go wakeboarding. I'd love to go to the wave place in Bristol. Just activity-based things that I think I'd just thrive in twice as much as if I did it with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
It's I think I would do better surfing if I was around the guys than I do if I was around her.
You know why? Because you take more risks. When guys are together, they take more risks. Single guys take more risks. Obviously, you're not single, so you wouldn't take as many risks as myself. But single guys take more risks, and when guys are together, they take more risks. And ultimately, they need to, because you need to show that you are comfortable taking risks to attract a female or a mate, and then you tend to relax. Because when you're single, you have more testosterone. You need that to be able to attract the mate, then it somewhat subsides.
Fair enough. I feel like recently my testosterone has increased.
Really? It's because you've gone to the gym once.
Oh, I went for a run. I didn't go to the gym. I'm not that mental. No, I'm incredibly just motivated at the moment. Just ready to go. It's like,
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It means that I should probably be lifting now, and then as it dies off, then I should stop.
Yeah.
That's what I generally do. I go like once or twice a week. I think, yeah, this week's so good, I'll do it again next week, and then I just don't. It's like, that's why I don't put pressure on it anymore. It's like I enjoy working out. That's the thing. I enjoy it, but I will never give something up to go to the gym. Not at this stage of my life. I think maybe when I'm a dad, I'll think, okay, there's 2 body types I could go for here. There's the dad bod, full out, or there's the ripped dad in the playground. It's like, I probably want to be closer towards that one, so I'll do whatever it takes. Not to get fully ripped, but I'll do like a little bit to be like, okay, well, he's the best shaped dad out of all the dads. That's probably where I'll aim for. I think I'm probably there now, to be fair. It's like, I don't look terrible, but I don't look like you know? It's like, I'm not a Greek god, but I'm also not like a fat slob.
Yeah.
I'm right in the middle with skinny fat.
Skinny fat's the vibe. That's where I was years ago. But anyway, so my 3.
Yes.
Business wise.
Ooh, business first.
I'm going to go business. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to do a Will Taylor and go business first.
Ooh.
I would like to be able to work remotely. Like completely remote and under my own self-esteem.
Nice.
Which is really where this is. And that leads into the conversation we've been having of I've been offered opportunities within the company that I work for, but I'm like, I don't like the end goal of that, but I love the end goal of this. Personal goal that I would like to achieve. It's hard. I'm going to go with social. I want to, as I continue to get older, to have a partner that I love and care for and friends that continue to support me throughout my life and I can continue to support them. If it continues how I am now, with the addition of a partner, I will have done well.
Nice.
Personal, I do want to hit, if I can, every continent, which would mean going to Antarctica, which would be...
Chile.
Yeah. I'd love to do the polar dip as well. That'd be awesome.
Is that where you go like under the ice?
No, I couldn't do that. But it's just where you go into the water in Antarctica. But you've got to so you'll be there in your boardies, but you've got to have like a rope around you. There's a medical staff on board because you might jump in and just your body shut down because it's so cold.
That's mental.
Yeah.
And what is it motivating you to do that?
Just would like to do it.
They have to tie a rope around you because your body might shut down and you basically give up.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's just one of the things that like you have to do because it's an extreme thing and you're single, and then as soon as you get a partner, you'll be like, yeah.
Oh no, it's the type of thing I'd get the girl to do with me. I'm like, come on, in you go.
Nice.
She'll be like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'll bitch and moan about it the whole time.
I'm sure there'll be some like what they're called sea lions around.
Don't want no damn sea lions.
No, is that not your wife?
No. My wife
is a sea lion.
Right.
Is that the sound that sea lion? I don't know what sound sea lions make.
No idea.
Seals, mate.
Well, that was the 10 hardest lessons or truths to accept in life. Let's wrap it up with the 5 that we've done today. You are not in control as much as you think. Most of your suffering comes from resistance, not reality. Growth requires loss. Love alone isn't enough. You will die and most of the world will move on. What's been your biggest takeaway, your best one that we've done in this part 2? I think my hardest to accept has been the growth requires loss.
Mine is the resistance one.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was exactly.
Most of your suffering comes from resistance, not reality.
Yeah. It's because that's the thing I face on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So that hits. The loss and growth, like I feel like it's not as prominent on a daily basis. It's like where your big losses have been in life. Where your big growths have been. It's like they're a little, I'm not going to go for a coffee today because I'd rather get this done because that helps perpetuate me towards my goals. Like you can get over that quite easily. Whereas I'm stressing about all the 5 different things I've got to do or 100 things I've got to do. My to-do list is getting longer. Like I just need to stuff that. I need to focus on this one thing, get this done, however long it takes, just get it done right and then move on to the next thing. That's a daily practice.
Daily practice. But it's good that you acknowledge that and it's good that you understand how to work with it. But we're always working lessons, aren't we? We're always working on ourselves, and if you shouldn't ever be chasing perfection because it's not something you can achieve, but in reality you want to just be I hate the cliche, but 1% better every day.
Yep.
But Will, that is our time.
Hey.
I've written down my words.
Yeah.
I'm not confident.
Are you not?
No.
Oh, I was feeling we were going to get it today.
Oh, okay, so what is it?
Watermelon.
You can't keep saying watermelon.
What did you put? A kiwi?
Lemon.
Lemon. Oh, man.
So it's close, it rhymes. Water lemon.
And time to end.
Lovely. Good job. 10 out of 10.
I enjoyed that much.
Me too.